Learn English through story. The Merchant of Choices. In a bustling city, where the clang of industry met the whispers of tradition, there lived a wealthy merchant named Solomon. His fortune was built on a network of trade routes that spanned across continents, and his reputation was as solid as the gold he accumulated. Yet despite his success, Solomon felt a profound sense of emptiness. His days were filled with transactions and negotiations, but his nights were solitary and restless. One evening, as Solomon walked through the crowded marketplace, he was approached by a cloaked figure. The figure's hood obscured their face, but their presence was undeniably commanding. "Good evening, Merchant Solomon," the figure said in a voice that seemed to echo from the depths of 1,000 caves. "I am here to offer you a choice, one that will alter the course of your life." Solomon, intrigued and a bit wary, agreed to listen. The figure handed him a small, intricately carved box. It was beautiful but unassuming. "This box," the figure explained, "contains a decision that will shape your future. Inside, there are 2 compartments. You may choose to open either one. Each compartment holds something of great value but with a consequence. The choice is yours, but once made, it cannot be undone." Solomon, driven by curiosity and a desire for change, took the box home. That night, as he sat in his opulent study, he examined the box closely. It was adorned with symbols and patterns that seemed to dance in the candlelight. He contemplated the possible outcomes of each compartment, weighing them in his mind. The first compartment might offer him even greater wealth and power, elevating him to unprecedented heights of success. But Solomon knew that such wealth often came with strings attached to perhaps more responsibility, more enemies, or a greater isolation from the simple joys of life. The second compartment might offer something entirely different: a personal fulfillment, peace, or deeper connections with those around him. Solomon wondered if this could be the answer to his gnawing sense of emptiness, but he also feared that it might come with its own set of challenges and sacrifices. As dawn approached, Solomon felt the weight of his decision. He knew that whatever choice he made, it would not only define his future but also reveal much about his own values and desires. He finally decided to open the first compartment. Inside, he found a delicate golden key and a note. The note read, "This key unlocks a treasure trove of wealth and power beyond your imagination. But remember, true fulfillment comes not from what you possess but from what you give." Solomon's heart raced with excitement. He imagined the possibilities of expanding his empire, influencing nations, and amassing unparalleled wealth. Yet, he couldn't shake the feeling that the note was warning him. Despite his ambition, a nagging thought remained: what if he was sacrificing something more profound for material gain? Driven by the allure of power, Solomon pursued the path laid out before him. His wealth grew exponentially, and his influence reached far beyond the city. However, as his empire expanded, he found himself increasingly isolated. His friendships dwindled, his family grew distant, and the very people he once sought to help became distant figures in his life. The more he gained, the more he realized how lonely and unfulfilled he felt. Months turned into years, and Solomon's kingdom was a marvel of success, but his heart remained heavy. He remembered the second compartment of the box and the possibility he had let slip away. He wondered if, in his pursuit of greatness, he had forsaken something essential. One day, a messenger arrived with news of new opportunity to enhance his wealth even further. It was an enticing offer, But Solomon hesitated. He thought back to the cloaked figure's words and the note he had received. He realized that he had been given a chance to find true fulfillment and had instead chosen a path of materialism and isolation. Driven by a newfound resolve, Solomon sought out the cloaked figure, hoping to rectify his past choice. He found them in a quiet, serene garden on the outskirts of the city. The figure's hood was still up, but their presence was comforting. "I have come to seek redemption," Solomon confessed. "I chose wealth over fulfillment, and now I am left with a heart full of regret. Is there a way to find the contentment I once ignored?" The figure looked at Solomon with a mixture of sympathy and wisdom. "You have learned a valuable lesson," they said. "True fulfillment cannot be bought or controlled. It must be nurtured through self-awareness and genuine connections with others." Solomon was guided to a modest house, where he met people from all walks of life via artists, farmers, and teachers who live simple yet contented lives. He engaged with them, listened to their stories, and learned from their experiences. He realized that the happiness he sought was not in the grandeur of his possessions but in the richness of human connection and personal growth. Over time, Solomon began to use his resources to make a positive impact on the lives of others. He funded schools, supported artists, and helped those in need. He found joy in giving and in the genuine relationships he built. Though his wealth did not diminish, its purpose changed. It became a tool for enhancing lives rather than an end in itself. Years later, Solomon returned to the cloaked figure, this time with a heart full of gratitude. "I have found what I was seeking," he said. "It was not in the riches I once chased but in the lives I touched and the connections I made." The figure nodded. "You have discovered that true fulfillment comes not from what you have but from what you give and the lives you touch along the way. Your journey has been a testament to the idea that the most valuable treasures are not those we accumulate but those we share." With that, the cloaked figure vanished, leaving Solomon to continue his journey with a heart full of purpose and a life enriched by the true measure of success of fulfillment through connection and generosity. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.